Hello, and welcome back to F1 2021 Driver Career Mode, and this week we're headed to Brazil. Last time out, in Hungary and Russia, the less we talk about that the better, we finished 8th in Hungary, which put us 3rd in the Constructors, and 8th in the Drivers' Championship. We did race in Russia before everything kicked off. We won that race, so things have changed a little bit. We'll take a look at that later, but let's get into practice and see just how well we do around this Brazilian track. We're pretty good around here, pretty strong. It suits the car, it suits our driving style, so I have high hopes for this one. Here we go then, out in practice 1. We're currently doing the tyre management program. You can see that our control electronics is on its way out, and we fluffed that first corner. Just to give you a preview of what's happening. Later on, we're going out again. We're doing the race strategy program this time, and very nearly hit the wall. Not ideal. So we got some work to do in practice, but I'm sure we'll get there. And we do. We get some good resource points, and now it's time for qualifying. All right. Q1 then, this is our first run out, and let's see what we can do. We should be aiming for probably front first or second row ideally. As I said, it's a good track for me, it's a decent track for the car, so let's see what we can do. P8 for our first run, not bad on the soft tyre. We don't improve on that, and that puts us in 10th as we head into Q2. And here we are then, in Q2, about to set our first lap. It looks like that control electronics is getting worse, so we really probably do need to keep an eye on that. We might even have to change it. Hopefully not, because that will net us a penalty. Here we come then, across the line, into second place for now. Can we hold on to that though? Let's see. Looks like we're going to go out for another run, see if we can improve on that time, and we'll see what we can do. So here we are then, half a tenth up as we enter the last proper corner, and go purple in sector 2. That'll do. Just shy of a half a second up, sorry, as we come across the line and put it on pole.
You've just put in the fastest lap. Good job.
Now, we've still got to do Q3, but we're currently the fastest on track, so that's a good sign as we enter the final round of qualifying. Let's see what we can do around Brazil. P6 for now, but we're going to go again, see if we can improve. We're already up into the first corner. Lost a little bit of time there, but we're going to make it back as we head down the next straight. We've got quite a lot of cars out on track at the moment. We're 1.5 seconds up, so I'm not entirely sure what happened on that last lap. Obviously had a bit of a moment, so we've got a lot of time to save here. Currently in P9, we go purple in sector 1. What can we do in sector 2? Can we do another purple? We're 3 and a bit seconds up, so we must have had a terrible lap last time around. We are on good pace as we're nearly 3.5 seconds up as we come towards the end of the second sector. Will it be good enough for a purple? Let's find out. Certainly will. This is looking good for a pole position if we can put this last sector together. Good exit.
There's only one lap of fuel
Jeff
remaining.
just reminding us that we're on low fuel, which is pretty obvious. As we come up to the line, that's pole position for now.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Bottas, Power and Charles Leclerc. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
And Valtteri Bottas pips us to pole by just 0.2.
Welcome along then to the place where heroes and history are made. It's where the 2008 title was decided in the final corner. And it's the place, a year later, that Jenson Button stormed through from 14th on the grid to claim his one and only Drivers' Championship. It's Interlagos, and it's time for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7-mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if, of course, the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of Turn 1, so how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are 3 main things to worry about there, Crofty: positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and Power completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Perez, Carlos Sainz, and Norris, Fernando Alonso, Vettel, Raikkonen, and Antonio Giovinazzi, Mick Schumacher, Hamilton, Max Verstappen, and Russell, Stroll, Mazepin, Esteban Ocon. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty, and Nicholas Latifi, Gasly, and Yuki Tsunoda. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
There we go then. Lando in 6th. We're in 2nd. It's a pretty good start for us. Just having a look at the strategy now. Take a little bit of fuel out. We're going to split the softs and the mediums about halfway. We'll see what happens during the race. But obviously the 2 strongest tyres. It's 5 red lights. And we're underway for the Brazilian Grand Prix. That was a long time we were held there. And we get a bit squirrely off the start. That was looking like it could be a really strong start. And you can hear Jeff there just telling us that we have an issue with the engine. We could start to lose power. So fingers crossed we don't lose power and that we can get to the end of this race. Let's have another look at the start. You can see right there we go a little bit offline, a bit squiggly. We lose a place to the Red Bull, to the Ferrari. And then we sort of gain them back. We go a little bit aggressive into the first corner as we chase down Bottas. Here's the view from on board the Ferrari. I believe this is Leclerc into the first lap. Pretty clean start for everybody, I would say. And we're going to chase down Valtteri and hopefully get ourselves into P1. It's possible. Anything's possible, as I said. Good track for us. We've got pretty good pace around here, so as long as we can keep it together, we've got a good chance. As we come towards the end then of the first lap, yeah, Leclerc behind us, we've got Sergio Perez behind him, and Lando's made himself up a place into the top 5. Perfect. And we're going to be looking to try and get past Bottas as soon as possible, really. We've got to look after those tyres if we want them to go 9 laps out of the 18 that's in this race. So we'll see what happens. Fastest in Sector 1, picking up the pace a little bit. That's what we want to see. Can we make a move? Oof. A little bit wide there. Not the kind of driving we need to be seeing if we want to make up that position. You join us then on lap 3. Still chasing down Bottas. We can't quite find a way past him. We get super close there into that corner. And we touch as we come round here. The AI is so slow around that corner. I'm not entirely sure why, but it works to our advantage. So can we make it stick? Obviously not. We haven't even made a move yet. But let's see what we can do as we come up towards the end of lap 3 then. We should have DRS now, of course, as we approach the start-finish line. So let's see how much that will help us. We're a little far back for a move this lap, I think, but if we can get close enough,
You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per
we could
lap.
go for it on the next one. We get nice and close there as we go for the second DRS straight. This might be our opportunity. Closer. Not quite close enough for a move just yet. It's unfortunate, but we've got plenty of time. It's early days as we approach the end of lap 4 then. We've got DRS on Bottas again. Do we go for it? No, but we do make contact. Not ideal as we just slammed into the back of Bottas there. We've lost a couple of positions to Leclerc. We've lost a position to Perez.
With the overtakes, that was very risky. We could have received a penalty.
Yeah, as Jeff said, we could have got a penalty for that. We didn't. We saved it. We're lucky we've still got a wing, honestly, because that was quite a hit. So we brush it off. We carry on. See what we can do to make up these positions because we want that win. Got ourselves inside the DRS zone of Perez as we come towards the end of lap 6 into lap 7. Looking to have a move around the outside potentially, but we think against it for now, and this might be it then. Along the back straight we might just be able to get him. Are we close enough? We're within 0.3. Not quite. Almost. I'm just a bit too far back to make that work. It was a little ambitious. Lando's holding it together, just a couple of seconds behind us. Carlos Sainz just a couple of seconds behind us as well. So hopefully Lando can keep that 5th place and keep that Ferrari at bay, because those Ferraris are pretty quick this season. You can see that you've got Charles Leclerc in 2nd. So they're up there, they're fighting. And we are getting super close to Perez here as we approach the end of lap 7. I think with the DRS here, we might just be able to get close enough to make a move down the inside. Maybe not, because Perez has also got DRS. Super late on the brakes. Almost had another incident that we had with Bottas. But we keep it clean for now. Perez and Leclerc are not making this easy. They are right there. They are holding it strong. We're close, but we just can't find a way past them at the moment. So we're going to have to maybe be a little bit patient and see if we can get past them. Do we go for a lunge? We go for a big lunge down the inside on Perez. That was textbook. Little squiggly on the exit, but here we go then. Straight down the inside, super clean, and off we go after Charles, who we get nice and close to on lap 9. About halfway through the race. We are probably going to be boxing this lap. We're going to go for it again. That corner just suits us so well. Beautifully done. Down the inside, nice and clean, no contact, and off we go. Into the box. The Ferrari comes in right behind us. And we're going to head on to the medium tyres. It will take us to the end of this Grand Prix. Good stop then. Off we go onto the medium tyres, and you'll see Leclerc right on our gearbox as he was when we came into the pit lane. So we're going to have to keep him at bay. For us, well, hopefully to the end. As we come out on the medium tyre for the second stint, you can see the AlphaTauri just headed in front of us. We've got a bit of traffic here on lap 10. We're going to have to work our way through that. Obviously, they've all got to box, so it's not too bad, but obviously we don't want to get held up. So we're going to have to try and cut our way through this traffic as quickly as possible. I would imagine on the DRS straight we should be able to make up some places as we dive down the inside on Tsunoda. And Tsunoda is not having any of it. Tries to come back on the inside. Does come back on the inside. and is into the pits anyway. So not sure what the point was, but we've got Leclerc now on our left-hand side, having a little go as well. We're leaving plenty of space around the outside, and it looks like we keep our position for now. You join us a bit later on then, on lap 11. Perez and Bottas have got themselves in traffic as well. This is perfect for us. It means we can catch up as we get a bit sideways there. Not ideal, but they're in traffic, so we can pull that back again. It's not a problem as we approach lap 12. Everybody, at least in our vicinity, is now on the medium tyre, so we're pretty evenly matched. We should hopefully be able to get ourselves back into contention as the rest of the midfield get themselves into the pit lane. Bottas is now in P1 as he was before, Perez in second. We are in fourth. Sorry, we're in third. I was looking at the fastest lap there. Leclerc is in fourth, and our teammate Lando Norris in fifth. So somehow we managed to get past Perez, but that traffic held us up enough that he managed to get the overcut on us. So that's not ideal. Lap 15 then, we are still on the chase here. We're on the podium, but we'd ideally want a slightly better position than this. We started in second place. We'd at least want where we started. We've got a few laps, we've got time, we've got the pace. We just need to keep it together. That's not ideal. How we've still got a front wing, I do not know. We've just cost ourselves a good bit of time there by doing that. Here we are then, still chasing down Perez on lap 17 as we head into the final lap of the Grand Prix. And we go for a big lunge down the inside, almost take Bottas out with us. Jeez, that was close. But we got ourselves up into P2. Let's have another look at that. Look at this. Right down the inside, oh my goodness, we were so close to hitting Bottas there. That was, I'm gonna say skill, but it was really lucky that we did not hit his gearbox and smash the front wing to pieces. But Perez is not having any of it. He's coming back down the inside and he makes the move. But we are also not having any of it. We really want that second place round the outside, but we didn't quite manage to hold the position. So we've got a bit of a fight on our hands if we're going to get that second place on the final lap of the race. Down the inside, that's a bit of an unorthodox position to overtake. We give it back because we completely were off the track there. It's only fair. The game actually didn't say anything about that, but it felt a bit wrong, so we gave it back. We're still on his gearbox though, and this is the perfect corner for us. We love overtaking here into the final tight corner. And this time, round the outside. We get a nice, strong exit, and it's going to be a drag race to the line then. Here we go. Currently in second. Perez, you can see the little arrow, he was pulling up alongside, so that was close, but we did it. We got ourselves a second place. That's where we started on the grid. We had a bit of a moment early on in the race, but job done. And Pierre Gasly gets driver of the day. That's really good for our championship.
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today. That lead at the top of the table has shrunk somewhat today. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I'll probably go for Pierre Gasly. The team did a good job with the strategy to put him in amongst the pack, but it's the driver's job to capitalise on those opportunities, and he did so with a lot of skill.
And it's another title in the bag for Red Bull. After a long and hard-fought season, they built an astonishing car this year, and the glory they'll be taking back to Milton Keynes is fully deserved. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
There you have it then.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I am actually. Very happy with that
It's
one.
looking like the championship is already won. Do you think there's still time for this to change?
There's always time.
You're beating all expectations. Would you say we all underestimated you?
I don't know about that.
Do you think this team are performing as well as they could do? Things are really heating up between you and your rival, aren't they?
Certainly are. We're going to win that rivalry though, I'm confident of it.
Appreciate your time.
And there you have it, the Brazilian Grand Prix. A very, very strong result for us. Puts us, well, gives us more points. That's what we want. And all we have to go in this season is the finale. The next race is Jeddah, a fast track, one I don't have a lot of experience on, one I think none of us have a lot of experience on, but we're going there for the finale of this season. And then we've obviously got to decide what we do from there. Do we stick with McLaren? Do we go somewhere else? Do McLaren still want us? Who knows? So if you want to find out, join me next time for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix in our F1 2021 career mode. If you like what you're seeing, give us a thumbs up, drop us a comment, and if you're new, subscribe for plenty more F1 content to come. And I'll see you soon. Bye.